Hello, everybody. Come on in. Go to the kitchen. Get yourself something to eat. Get yourself something to drink. I am going to kind of like run down my vacation. Best plans sometimes fall apart. So we did take videos, we did take pictures, and for some unknown reason, they're gone. I do have a few. I do have a few. Not as many as I wanted, but it is what it is. So we left for the Herrschners warehouse sale at 5 in the morning on Thursday, the 12th. Let me look. Let me pull up the calendar. Yes, Thursday the 12th at 5 a.m. It was a 2 hour and a half to get to the boat because we took the boat across Lake Michigan to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, which is north of Herrschners. What was that? About 2.5 hours. Okay. Roughly. Okay. Don't quote me on the exact time, but it was about 2.5 hours by the time we got there. It was a 4-hour boat ride. So, in all, we left our house at 5 a.m. By the time we got to the hotel, it was 3 o'clock. I believe it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, 10 hours. Yes, it was longer to do that than if we drove. But Kevin wasn't stressed out, didn't have to worry about exits, there's a lot of stuff that he did not have to do. So it was worth it. Did it cost more to do it that way? Absolutely. But yet again, you can't put a price on your safety for one, and driving through Chicago and Milwaukee. Yeah, it's not easy. It's rough. Then you have traffic jams and people cutting you off, and so it's a lot of stress. But anyway, we enjoyed the boat ride. I do have a couple of videos with the boat ride and some pictures. Because of all the people around, video was limited. Because if I captured somebody's face or something like that adequately, I should get them to sign off saying it's okay to use them in the video. So that way there's nothing down the road. But anyway, if I happen to catch somebody, it's just by coincidence and not meant to be. So anyway, so we got to our hotel, and right off the bat, their pool and hot tub was closed. They're in the middle of renovations. We did not know they were in the middle of renovations until we got there. Our room was nice. But Okay, so this is a picture I use to send everybody. There we go. Herrschners, Russ is coming. Half cart will buy yard. I thought that was a hoot. And then we have cameras up, okay? So while we were gone, Tip is sleeping or laying down on a tote of yarn. Well, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 totes of yarn stacked up, and that's where she decided she was going to stay for the day. Whew. I am very tired. Kevin is too. But this is us going into Herrschners. And then this.
Herrschners at their warehouse sale. And
oh, come on. Why did you do that? I want you.
Hello, everybody. I'm here at Herrschners at their warehouse sale, and I've got some goodies in my cart. And right now, I'm looking at their retro for $15, and then I have a coupon to get 20% off if I hit the $250 threshold, which we all know Russ will. And Kevin is behind the camera, and you can put that in your cart.
I'll try not to move too fast. They have everything. They have puzzles even. Latch hook, everything. Cross stitch. Home and garden stuff.
So we're gonna kind of like, if you wanted loops and threads, they have it, the Sweet Snuggles Light for $5. And we are just gonna go kind of putz around a little bit. We'll be back tomorrow. Today we're just kind of like a run through.
Scoping it out.
That's all you have so far?
We just got here.
We did too. I just saw you and I go, that's him.
That's me. It's Raining Yarn. So, who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
My name's Gail.
Gail.
And I'm Linda.
So, 2 of my subscribers.
I listen to both of you guys. Well, you.
Mainly me, but
And you
Behind the scenes.
I gave her a wand and yarn at it. But I've been watching you all week about talking about this. And I was just thinking, well, you have a lot of boxes that you guys
I brought one.
Kid in a candy store.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So
Kid in a candy store.
I didn't realize he had me on record because he had paused it. He had paused. Are you paused again there?
Yeah. The puzzles are mine. All the goodies.
Okay, so that's where he paused it. And then we went, checked out, and this was my bags. That's day one of checking out. And then this is all the yarn in the hotel because we had to box it up and get it ready to ship home. And this is one that is Willow Daily. And it is 100% superwash wool for $3.50. And I did get 20% off that. Here is a new yarn that they come out with last year. They had all 5 colors for $7.99, regular $9.99, I believe. And Denim and Grace, oh my gosh, Denim and Grace. 3 of them for $10, minus the 20%. So you got 3 for $8. Divide that by 3, $2.67 a cake. And when it come out, I know it was around $8. $8, $9, somewhere through there, $8.99 per cake. And then I could not believe this. Of course, I only seen one color, but green minus the 20%, $2.40. And it's 489 yards, a 4-weight yarn, 100% acrylic. And then this one, oh my gosh, this one. This is 2 different colors. It's not the same color. This is actually 2 different colors. This is Trendsetter's yarn in Tiger. It is 30% baby alpaca, 30% merino, 40% nylon. 50 grams, 1.75 ounces, 220 yards. Made in Italy. Now, Trendsetters is an expensive yarn. I looked these up. Normally, this is $16 to $16.50 per ball, regular price. It is being discontinued. So it's on sale for $5. I got 20% off, so I paid $4. And like I said, originally it's $16. So I got 75% off, regular price. And then this is me and Kevin at breakfast the second day. So we went to breakfast, and it was so good. It was kind of like a new place. I had what was called the train wreck, and it had a huge biscuit, hash browns, scrambled eggs, country fried steak, and cheese, and sausage gravy. Kevin had what was called a country tots bowl, crispy tots, gravy, cheese, toast, scrambled eggs, and it was oh so good. And that's Kevin. Now, they have, and this is another daily yarn. Okay, so when we are pulling up to our boat, that's what we see. It was hazy. So I had to take another picture. And this is where they're driving the cars up onto the boat as we walk alongside. So that is the back of the boat. The back of it swings up. They drive the cars on. This is me on the boat playing bingo because they had free bingo and you got to win ship merchandise. It was free. The guy doing it was corny, but it was free. But that's me crocheting on the boat. It's about the only time I had to crochet is on the boat. Now that's how fast we were moving. This was taken like out in the middle of Lake Michigan. You couldn't see because of all the haze. But yeah. Now I have okay, let's see. And then the morning that we left, we went to breakfast by the restaurant right there by the hotel. And that was the name of the hotel, not the hotel, that was the name of the restaurant. That's the door going in. I got the country fried steak breakfast. And then this is us coming home. And this is kind of like a different angle of them putting cars on the boat. And then as we were heading out, I got a picture of a lighthouse. And this is a dome. There's like several dome buildings. I do not know what they are for. But they had seagulls perched up on top. And as the boat comes in, it stirs up the water. And the seagulls go crazy. And then as the boat takes off, the seagulls go crazy because they're picking stuff up out of the water. Now this is like the galley where we did the bingo. They had like a bar, and then they had a food court. That was the bar window. Whew. And then over here in the corner was where the cruise director's office was. And that's just the other side of the hall that we played bingo in. And then this is the snack bar, and things were not cheap. A little cup of pop, $6. The only saving grace was you got free refills the entire 4 hours that you were on the boat, as long as you kept your cup. And I went shopping every day for yarn. This is us pulling in to Ludington from Wisconsin. And this is us leaving Wisconsin. The ship was going like 16 miles an hour, I believe is what they said. So I was just kind of like taking pictures as we were heading out. And this lighthouse picture is full of people, because you could actually walk all the way out to the lighthouse. And this, I couldn't have sound because of the music playing. But this is how fast we were actually moving. And this is us coming in to Ludington. And the ship that's in behind that you can see, that's the sister ship sitting in dock. So those are all the pictures I had. I don't know if Kevin had some or not. Did you have any pictures? Okay, so that was pictures. I did have a few meet and greets. But it was a fun time. There's things that I know, because this is the first time that I was at the Herrschners warehouse sale. So now there's things that I know what to do for next time. And hopefully.
Did you get any of where they park the cars?
Yep. hopefully next year will go smoother. Because, like I said, we will know how things went. But Lorraine was with us the entire time. We had a blast. But she made me this cute little kitty. It's my Tip-Tip. Where's my Tip-Tip? She's over there sleeping. And then Brian is amazing.
I sent you one. I don't know if you had or I gave it to you.
He made these little guys. One for me, one for Kevin.
Mine's the flat mouth one.
Adorable. Too cute. And then he made these for my grandkids. We have a donkey. And to me it looks like a koala bear. So I got to send these to the girls. And we hung out with Brian for several hours. It was awesome. Went to a cheese factory and all kinds of... We had lots of fun.
Are you afraid I'm leaving you? That was when we first got on the boat to go there.
Okay, Kevin, so this is when we first got there. We went pretty much up. All except to the restaurant, which was on the very, very top. But that was the deck. We actually sat in those chairs, and the way that they were, I couldn't do that. So there's a bench. There's a bench way back here by the wall. That's where we sat for a little while. And then it was just like getting too cold, too windy. It's like, yeah, no, we're going inside. So we went inside and we played bingo. And then on the way going back home, we just went straight there, got a really good seat, and played bingo. There was probably about an hour, I would say, that we didn't have signal. Does that sound about right to you? Hour and a half. You could spend $8 per device for a code to use their internet. But really, we didn't need it. So we didn't do it. Because like I said, it was only like an hour and a half that you really didn't have service. Because I know we probably had service for the first hour as we were taking off. And I know probably longer than that. But it was like right around the middle of it's like 60 miles across. So around 25, 30 miles out, you lost signal. But that was the documentation of the trip. I wished we were able to have more. I don't know what happened to the other pictures and other videos. They're just like gone. Don't know where they went. But
Plus, I couldn't keep up with you.
And Kevin had to keep up with me.
1 minute you were next to me, the next minute I couldn't find you. And you were clear off in the backside of the warehouse.
He's exaggerating.
3 carts later, we were trying to check out.
That part's true.
Each and every day.
Every day we had 3 carts. But the last day we had the carts. Plus I had 4 great big huge boxes because I wanted some yarn that they didn't have in their storefront, which they did without hesitation. I mean, they were more than happy. The ladies like, make out your list and we'll go get it. Never batted an eye. I just told her, it's like, I just want the worsted jumbos, every color, and I wanted the worsted jumbo stripes, every color. And she's like, no problem. They printed out a pick list. Gave it to one of the guys. He ran off into the back. Took him a little bit. My order was, rather large. They brought the boxes up front. I paid. And I wish we would have got a video. We were on a really, really serious time crunch. A real serious time crunch. So, next year has to be different. The Friday by 5:30, we have to have everything. If whatever we're shipping home has to be done. Oh, Kevin's telling me 5 p.m.
We thought the post office was open until 5:30. That's another whole video.
So yeah, we're just gonna have to do some things different. We can ship Saturday, but we're gonna have to ship before noon. If we're shipping something on Saturday, it's got to be before noon. So, like I was saying, we might have to go shopping twice on Friday. Once in the morning, get it all boxed up and taken to the post office. Friday evening, go back. I think if we went around, after we got done with the post office around 2 or 3, go back to Herrschners on that Friday and give them my entire list of stuff that I want from the store. And then we can take that back to the hotel and get all of that boxed up if I'm shipping any of it home. But yeah, all of this will be planned out far in advance on the next trip going in. Because now we know the ins and outs. I wish we would have thought and got a picture of one of the workers there. She's seen our shirts and she just fell in love with them. And with everybody kind of like canceling, I had extra shirts. And so I told Kevin, I said, we got extra. We can take her in one. So we went in and we found her. And we handed her a shirt. And we said, here you go. And she got so excited, so excited. She's like, really, really? And it's like, yeah, that's your shirt. She was ecstatic. She was going around showing everybody. But then I got a picture of me. I know I do.
Yeah, I sent it to you. In the arch wearing your shirt.
In the arch. So this is, we saw this right after we gave the lady her picture. We saw the arch. I had to have a picture. Okay, that looks like all the pictures. But it was a fun time. Next year we've kind of like scoped out a new hotel, because I'm not gonna be that far away from Herrschners, because that was the other dilemma that we had. We were like 30 minutes away from Herrschners, and running back and forth, that took a lot of time. And I'll know next year about Pirate Ship, because this is the first time I ever used Pirate Ship. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. The post office was annoying. So Friday night, me and Kevin had stuff packed up, ready to ship. We packed the car. We drove all the way to Stevens Point. And it was closed. They closed at 5. They're not supposed to close to 5:30. But they were closed at 5. I'm wondering if we would have called them like you did Saturday, if they would have let us in. I was talking to Kevin, but he's ignoring me. Yeah, he was ignoring me. So anyhow, we just went back to the hotel. Well, we bought pizza, and Lorraine and her husband and daughter, they come and had pizza with us in our hotel. We had the bigger of the hotel rooms, and we had like a king size suite, so we had a lot of extra room, a lot of extra seating. We even had a balcony. And then we went to bed. Got up Saturday morning. Wasn't really thinking about taking the tape and stuff like that with us. But it was taking so long to get checked out. And they were also fulfilling my large order on Saturday. That was the other hang up. So Kevin had to drive back to the hotel, get the scale, get the printer, drive back. That was an hour.
I made it less than an hour.
And when he got there, it was just like go time. Lorraine, her husband, and daughter, they were helping us pack boxes, taping boxes, getting stuff ready. And we beelined it to the post office, because it was like 12:30-ish. 12:35, something like that we got to the post office. Kevin, gets out of the car. He's putting these boxes in. The cart goes up into the post office. I stayed outside because I wanted to get the boxes that was pre-postaged. And he comes out and he goes, "They're closed." I said, "What do you mean they're closed? You talked to the lady this morning when we dropped off the first load, and she said they close at 1. He goes, "I know, but the door's locked and the lights are off." So he calls the 800 number, and it's giving him the runaround. So he found the local number, and he called it, and the lady picked up. And he's like, you're closed, but you're supposed to be open until 1. And she's like, really? The door's locked? It must have locked automatic. She goes, I'll be right there. So Kevin goes in and waits for her because he's got a cart full of boxes. And she comes to the door. She has to turn the key. So how does a door automatic lock when you have to turn the key? It don't. And she was putting her register back in the register. So if that's the case, why was your register out of your drawer? And why was your computer even turned off? Now, I could understand if the door was open and all the lights and everything were on, her drawer was in, but the computer was shut down, then I would believe that it just shut down. But to physically have to unlock the door and turn the lights on, come on. And if it wasn't for us having to ship boxes and Kevin fighting for them to open the door to ship these packages, there was like 4 other people. They wouldn't have been able to ship their stuff either. It's just like, oh my gosh. And the one lady that come out, she told Kevin, she says, you were saying that something about 2 o'clock. Kevin says, no. I said, you close at 1, and you said yes. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. So they even tried to blame it on Kevin. But it wasn't even 1 o'clock yet.
I didn't even think we were still in there at 1 o'clock.
No. It was 12:58. So we had 8 boxes pre-labeled and prepaid for. We had 4 boxes that we had to pay the post office to do it for us. Because the pirate ship program stopped working for some reason. Don't know why, but it is what it is. So anyway, Kevin paid the postage and shipped them home. And even with the shipping, I still saved money, because you add up all the shipping and you add up all the money that I saved, and I still come out ahead. So it was really nice. And it was really nice to be able to get 20% off on the retail side. I do have their membership, where I pay $25 a year, and I get 10% off I get 10% off every order that I place online. So it was nice to get 20% off retail. But anyway, this video's been long enough. I just want to get this video out about the trip to Herrschners. And I, once again, am sorry I did not get more videos and pictures. There's always next year. But I do believe they have a sidewalk sale up and running. I don't know. I have to go look. You guys go look. I believe Herrschners has a sidewalk sale. Anyhow, I love you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Okay? Bye, everybody.